It'll be Dimitrios Vasiljevic going up for ECU and Josh Carlton for UConn.
You know, offensively for both these teams, Mike, they've really struggled with turnovers, and it's one of the reasons they're scoring in the 60s. So important today, even against the zone, you got to value possessions. You can't turn it over.
And you just said it, and there it is. Intercepted. And ECU, though, conversely, has been scoring actually in the 80s over the last 3 games.
Well, that's why both these teams can score. I mean, they don't shoot the ball well from the perimeter, but they can score. You can't come out and have a turnover against a 2-3 zone like UConn just had.
Isaac Fleming hits a 3.
You know, East Carolina played almost wire-to-wire against Tulane in that win, 2-3 zone. They haven't played a lot of zone, but I would expect for the remainder of this season we'll see a lot, especially today with how poorly UConn shoots from the perimeter.
Kick out to the corner. Vital, no. Rebound pulled home by Carlton. Another crack at it. 3-pointer. Larrier, and that one's good. Terry Larrier ties it at 3.
And he's one of those guys, the Bronx, New York native, who can shoot it. 41% from 3 in conference.
B.J. Tyson, first look today, and he drains a 3.
I love his game. You know, what do you need, Coach? Again, a guy who doesn't shoot it well, only 20% from 3 in conference, but a guy who really is a competitor.
And that's what ECU is going to do all day today, is fire up those outside shots. Another one for 3, Larrier. That one's off the rim and rebounded by Fleming on the run. Here's Williams. Gets the bounce for 3, and he has been outstanding as of late for the Pirates at an early timeout by UConn. In this early going, that's got to be why Coach Howley was so upset for UConn.
I don't think he likes the energy early. I mean, that's one of the things. Effort has been part of their issue. You know, getting guys to give a consistent effort. Sean Williams, like you said, going to break, he has been on fire of late. You cannot allow him to shoot threes.
Vital for 3 for UConn, and that's where all our scoring has come from so far from beyond the arc here today. It's Christian Vital. And right down the lane, Fleming a kick out. Tyson, another 3-point try. 4 for 4 for the Pirates to start.
Great penetration against the 2-2-1. He just carved it right up. Penetrate and kick.
B.J. Tyson is now the Americans' all-time leading scorer as of right now, as Rob Gray for Houston plays later, as he's hit a couple of threes already. Adams for 3. That's good.
You know, that battle between B.J. Tyson and Rob Gray, it's rare you see within that year battle for all-time leading scorer in a conference. Usually it's more historical. Guys, you're battling historically. Really going to be a cool battle down the stretch between those two guys for the scoring title.
For sure. 7 field goals have been made here today, all 3s. And out of bounds, Tyson.
You know, those are the turnovers where both these teams, they're unforced, and they've had a lot of those this year. I mean, you step out of bounds because of where you catch it. Those are the kind of turnovers you have to limit. Because, again, we've seen early, these teams can score. They have guys who are capable of putting the ball in the basket, but the margin for error is very thin. You can't throw away possessions.
Adams, another 3-point try. That's short. Knocked out of bounds off of UConn. And that's what it comes down to, a possession or 2 here or there, because you're right about the margin of error. And as you have a team that tries to move their way up the league a little bit, that makes a difference in every ballgame.
Well, winning is hard. I mean, and you have to be taught to win. And that's where you'll go back to UConn's last game against Tulsa. I mean, you know, they got to win that game. And they don't have that in the DNA yet.
Vasiljevic on the basket for ECU. UConn.
It's crazy to say that UConn doesn't have winning in the DNA, you know, with how successful that program has been.
Vital for 3. Got it again, and UConn's right there now. 2-point ball game. Jackson. Spasojevic fouled from behind by Josh Carlton as we go to another timeout.
Sean Williams has been cooking in conference. We're going to show you.
It's on this guy.
Well, you know who's been great with him is B.J. Tyson. The chemistry between them. We talked to Sean Williams about the relationship between the two of them. B.J. Tyson was Sean Williams' sponsor when he came on his visit. Said, you have to come here. And Tyson has been great with him.
When you said it earlier, it's got to be tough for Tyson, a senior, going through this type of season. They would have loved to have him for a little bit more time.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and the two of them have worked so well together. Williams telling us, I wish he could stay here longer because I've loved playing with him.
Ball to the high post to Larrier and gets the bounce, and it's a one-point game.
He's perfect for that spot of the zone, to catch it right in the soft spot, right in the middle there at that foul line. He's got great length, but a nice touch from 15 feet.
Fleming takes it down the lane and gets the basket.
When we asked Kevin Ollie about their defense, he said, we've got to take pride in our one-on-one matchups. We've got to guard beyond more than one dribble. Guys got to be able to guard 2-3 dribbles. It's about protecting our yard, is what Kevin Ollie called it.
Corner three on the way. Adams hits it again. He's got 2, and we're tied at 17.
We know he's a star. I mean, this guy is incredibly talented. The problem for them offensively, he's the only creator, the only guy who can get other guys shots, get himself a shot.
Williams right back for 3. Right on cue.
I love, too, when he makes a shot, those flowing locks as the wind is in his hair, running back down.
It's a good look. Offensive rebound, Larrier goes up strong and is fouled. Got to wonder right now, UConn defensively. ECU is 5 for 5 from three-point range.
Well, I mean, look, there's no other way to put it. It has been a struggle on that end all year. The other area where UConn has struggled is on the glass. Now they're playing a team today that's missing in Kentrell Barkley and Jabari Craig 13 combined rebounds a game. So that's an area where if you're UConn, you haven't done it well, but you've got to pound that glass today.
You mentioned Barkley out for the second straight game due to a suspension violation of team rules. He'll be back next game, and Craig has been out with a foot injury probably until about the end of this month. It's their second leading rebounder on the team.
And a team that already was suffering from no depth. The bench just became smaller.
Foul here on the rebound. And that's going against ECU's Aaron Jackson after the previous one was on B.J. Tyson. So 2 quick ones here by the Pirates, and UConn has the ball back down 2. You mentioned about Adams being really the only scorer for UConn, and that's why it's so tough. Everybody else knows that. We're going to force you to make somebody else beat you, and they'll tip their hat if that happens. Holly. At 20.
That middle guy in the zone is going to have to be aware, or they're going to have to drop a guard in there to deny that pass, because that's just too easy. He's catching it, and that's shooting practice right there.
Jackson gives it back to Williams, a long 3 with 2 guys in his face this time. And it's rebounded by UConn's Vital, and here he comes. That is an offensive. Tyson taking the charge.
Great defensive play. I like the aggressiveness in the open floor by Vital. One of the ways you mitigate the scoring issues in the half court is by getting out in transition. But there, Vital just goes a little too deep, and you got a senior who makes a great defensive play.
We see that more and more, and you know a guy's coming full speed. Yeah. You're setting up camp, awaiting that charge right outside that restricted area.
And that's one of those, you pull up a step shorter, and you throw that floater, you throw that little lob over the top, and you've got a bucket. But again, you know, both these teams, you got to manufacture ways to score when you're struggling against teams in the half court. Offensive rebounds for a team like UConn today with those two guys out for ECU's one way. Transition, another, where both these teams, with how good their guards are, can really attack.
Foul was on David Honora for UConn. 7 minutes gone by, first half, as Williams controls it. Jackson traveling violation. ECU comes off an 82-80 win at Tulsa on Wednesday. A team that's won 2 of the last 3 games. Overtime win, home versus Memphis. Tough one at the Temple Owls 2 games ago, lost by 17 points. Temple's a team that's on the bubble right now in the American. Adams. Patel pulls up and hits, and UConn with the advantage.
He is a cocky son of a gun, too. He loves to score the ball, knows he's capable. The Queens Village, New York native. Young player. You know, again, there are some young players, some guys who, if they come back, you know, Larry, a redshirt junior, Adams, a junior, Vital, a sophomore, good guards. If they come back, there is a future here for UConn.
Tyson missing a 3. Vital the rebound. Vital is very impressive last game. 20 points, 10 rebounds to lead the team in both categories. It's Polly. Misses rebound. Tyson. And out of bounds off of him. UConn possession with a 2-point lead when we come back to Greenville.
It's going to be a lot of upkeep, though. I mean, the stress and the anxiety of having to upkeep that.
Got to have a personality, got to have an identity. This guy's only a redshirt freshman. He'll be around for quite some time for the Pirates. Adams gets an inside as a foul on the catch there by Justin Watley for ECU, his first. Here's Anderson. Going into the corner for Larrier, and he hits a 3. And you talked about him, and he's shown his ability from a bunch of different areas right now in this first half.
He's moving around the zone. He's finding open space, and UConn early reversing the ball against this zone, getting open looks, clean looks.
5-point lead for UConn. Largest so far the first half. And a pushing foul on the Huskies. That goes against Josh Carlton. That's his second. And Coach Ollie's got Honora up off the bench, and he'll check in for him. ECU offensively, are you looking for anything different, you know, from these guys? We've seen a lot of outside shots so far early.
No, I think they're getting good looks, and you know, they're running this weave to try to get the ball on the ground, trying to drive it, and that's what they do best. How about that shot?
Watley, the shot clock winding down, gets the basket.
They want to create opportunities to drive the basketball.
We'll find Larrier here on the offensive end for UConn. Instead, it's up top, a 3 for Adams.
Again, a guy on UConn who hasn't shot it well, but against this zone, they're seeing a big bucket. They are going to get those looks. That's what the zone is intended to do. You want to pack it in and force UConn to beat you over the top. They are on fire here early.
Fleming scores it. You're right about Adams shooting under 30% from three-point range. He's 3 for 4 so far here today.
You know, he's a bucket getter, right? I mean, he's a scorer. He's a guy who, you know, not necessarily great at any one thing, but he can just put that ball in the hole.
Larrier. Fleming on the pull-up. Count it.
Very nice. Isaac Fleming.
Seeing him on the pull-up. Saw him penetrate through the lane earlier. One of their best defenders. A lot of aspects to his game.
A good athlete. And again, an older, one of those more experienced guards they have.
Adams cutting through the lane. Instead, it's Polly. Wide open for three again. UConn has had 8 3-pointers in this first half. They're 8 for 11 as they lead by 5.
Guy's only averaging 1 point a game. Part of that revolving door they have up front.
Larrier. Double team on him. Back to Adams. Now it's Anderson for 3. Fleming, tough floater in traffic. Anderson the rebound. Polly, blocking foul.
That was nicely done by Anderson. Kind of surveyed, waited till that last moment to drop off to Polly. And Polly did a nice job hesitating, waiting for the delivery.
Now, B.J. Tyson just picked up his 2nd personal foul. Aaron Jackson is up off the bench for ECU. See if he comes in for them, for him. Want to pick up his 3rd with over 8 minutes to go in this first half. And yep, that's it for Tyson. He'll take a seat. A couple of substitutions as well for UConn. We'll see how much that changes things now for the Pirates. Down by 6.
Well, you see Pauly at the line here. I mean, this is kind of how it's been for UConn. A guy who on the year is averaging 2 a game. In conference, it's even less, about a point a game. Hits a 3 early, gets to the line there. It's, you know, it's been that revolving door, kind of throwing some guys in there and seeing if they stick.
Is he going to be one of the difference makers in this game today for UConn? We'll see. Somebody needs to step up. Fleming. Williams has 5 to shoot for ECU. Bombs up a contested 3. Did not hit the rim, and that's a shot clock violation. Didn't get it off in time. And we'll be right back. 7:41 to go. First
38 free throws, and the other team gets only 2. And look, Kansas is tough to beat there. It's West Virginia has struggled in second halves of games. You go back to that game at West Virginia when Kansas beat them. West Virginia was up 17 at one point in that game and blew that one. And again, they blew a lead again last night.
Jayhawks have been beatable at home, though, this season. Look forward to that game tomorrow night. UConn here on top by 7. Ball stripped away by Williams against Polly. It's a fight for it. We get a jump. Possession arrow favors ECU.
One of the areas where UConn has struggled offensively is moving the ball. I mean, they have been good offensively in the last 3 games. They are moving the ball better. So far in this half, they have 10 assists on their 11 field goals. And again, if they don't turn it over like they did just there, they have an opportunity to score against this 2-3 zone.
UConn's on a 16-6 run. They've scored the last 5 points as they lead it by 7. Fleming. Double clutch. Got knocked out of bounds with 7 on the shot clock.
Fleming and Tyson are both lefties. When they get to that left hand, they are so aggressive turning the corner.
All inside now. Watley. Rebound by Anderson. And back over to ECU. Remember, Tyson's on the bench right now with 2 personal fouls for the Pirates. He went out the 8-minute and 12-second mark. Watley, good position inside. Needs to go right up with that, though, and going to get another chance as it goes out of bounds off of Mamadou Diarra.
That's one of those plays where you can draw it up, you can design it, put them in a position to score it, and they just can't convert. And right there, a good cross-screen set play to get Watley on the block, and he just wasn't capable of going up and finishing that.
Williams' pass nearly intercepted. Instead, K.J. Davis misses. Rebound, Fleming. Back to Williams. Nice.
Ooh. I'll tell you what, he is going to be a player. I mean, that is a big-time college guard right there. That is a big-time move.
Five-point lead for the Huskies. Under 6 to go, first half. Adams trying to get it on the cut. Now low to Diarra. Shot clock at 7.
And this is a guy who wants 3. I mean, he wants to shoot this. It takes everything he has to show this and then kind of hesitate. And look at that over length. That is a big-time shot, folks.
Good play by Williams there. The shot clock gets reset to 20 on the kick. Now, UConn has moved the ball in the offensive end nicely here. They've got a lot of different players involved. Adams converts again.
That's what you want to see him do coming off that ball screen. Now, the last play, he tries to fit it through a tight window. It gets kicked out of bounds. You'd love to see him come off and be more aggressive. And
that was his first field goal for 2-point range. His previous shots have all been from 3 of 4 from 3-point range today. Now he's got 11 points. Williams taking on all comers. Offensive rebound. Jackson, they grab the net. Going up UConn, and instead there's going to be a foul on ECU. It's going to be on Jackson, his second. Can't grab the net. And Chris thought that might have been a goaltend there for the Pirates.
Yeah, here it is again. I didn't see it live, but you are absolutely right. That should have been a goaltender. Good eyes by you. Spotting dimes, eating onions. You're George Costanza over here, Mike Corey.
Trying. Ball inside for Honora. With a hook. So Tyson is back in with the 2 personal fouls now. Fleming kicks it. Williams. Got it again. From
B.J. Tyson, and he knew it. He was doing a helicopter on the way back, and that's a senior feeling good about a freshman. I mean, I love to see it. What an extra pass to hit the hot shooting Sean Williams.
It's a player that you can really try to build this team around moving forward for the future. 11 points for Williams. Adams. Man.
Delicious. Jalen Adams, don't do it to him. I mean, that is, again, a big-time college guard move. Off of 1 foot, little floater action.
Leading scorer for the Huskies. 13 points already in this ball game, averaging 17.5 a game. Shot clock again, winding down. Tyson. Rebound by Vital. Alley-oop try. A little advised there, and Pirates run the other way. Williams is out of bounds. UConn ball when we come back.
Well, he steps out there, but when you share the basketball, you're going to get open shots. Backing the basket. We saw the floater a minute ago, and he's also averaging 5 assists a game. I mean, he is a creator in the strictest definition of the term, and a guy who can really play on the offensive end.
Speaking of the assist, 11 assists for UConn on their 13 made baskets.
And that's been one of those areas where they have not been a high assist team.
Ball knocked away. UConn gets it back. In the corner, Larrier, yes, for 3, and we've seen that a couple times already today.
You know, a lot of times with teams that are struggling, selfishness can creep in, the disease of me. Both these teams have been unselfish in this game, making that extra pass to create open shots. It's amazing what a ball reversal will create.
Good defense. Rebound, Fleming, heading to the free throw line. Of the 26 made baskets we've had here today, 22 of them have been assisted, the combination for both teams. And to your point, so UConn with a 9-point lead as Fleming tries to trim that down with a pair at the line. Coming off an 18-point effort, 8 of 10 for Fleming in the last game.
You know, both these teams below 500 on the year and in conference. And, you know, ask Michael Perry about coaching this team. I mean, look, a lot of chaos when he took over with Jeff Lebo stepping aside. That is an unenviable position to be put in. Michael Perry having to take over for Lebo. And he said, you know what, I enjoy this team. Record aside, you know, distractions aside, we've had some injuries, guys out. He said, I enjoy this team. They're good kids. They want to learn. They compete.
Well, and what he needs, and like I think we all do, is just more time. You know, I mean, there's so much that he wants to put in, and just time to go over film, practice, help these guys to learn what it takes to win.
Yeah. Well, for both these teams, you know, we were saying it earlier, winning is not easy. Winning is hard. You have to be taught. You have to learn it. You got to build habits to win.
Tyson. Now for Williams with just about 2 minutes to go in this first half with a 7-point UConn advantage. Tyson. Nice tip in by Fleming. Once again, Larrier wide open again, this time missing the 3. Rebound KJ Davis.
Good offense, though. Good pass.
Three-pointer for Davis. Yes.
Again, one of those guys doesn't play a lot, doesn't score a lot, but he stepped into that like he meant it.
You were talking about it earlier. I mean, for both teams, the guy that averages 2.5 points a game, so he beat that with that one shot. Adams on the drive, and a foul is called.
Adams is shifty, man. He is so creative when he gets to that spot.
Oh, and you and I were talking during the timeout. I mean, there is some real talent on both of these two teams. I know they're struggling right now. They're not where they want to be in the conference or overall this season. But it's just come out kind of putting that together.
Well, look, they don't do things that you have to do to consistently win. They don't defend. They don't rebound. They turn the basketball over, and they don't shoot it well from the perimeter. And that's a bad combination of things to be bad at. But, you know, again, they do things in spurts. And in the case of UConn, they are certainly young. And inconsistency is the hallmark of youth. It's not an excuse. It's just a fact of the matter. The young teams typically don't do the things that UConn hasn't done this year.
Let's not forget about Tariq Gilbert, who's out, the redshirt freshman out for the season. That's a huge loss.
Absolutely. They've had transfers. I mean, look, and I understand why fans are a little bit disillusioned with University of Connecticut this year. I mean, it's a team that's had tremendous success over the last 20 years of college basketball.
And right now they find a 9-point lead dissipated. A 1-point advantage now for ECU as the fans start to come alive a little as Williams has a game-high 14 points. Back the other way, Adams. Rebound Tyson. Timeout ECU. Setting up camp for the final shot of this first half as we remind you our next Super 2 lead at halftime. I mean, I don't care when it is. I mean, but
Mike,
still,
if I'm playing my son in the driveway and he's up 27, I don't come back from that. I mean, it's inexcusable for that to happen.
But your son's a good shooter. He's with us here today, John. He's doing a great job out there earlier in the game, having a lot of fun, and he's wearing a headset to listen to us right now.
Well, he shoots. You know, he's get that from his dad. We'll shoot it now. Whether or not it's going in, I don't know, but we'll get it up there.
.4 seconds left, first half. ECU into Tyson. On the take, block and a foul. Whaley, the freshman, picks up his first.
This is where ECU, this is what they do. They drive the basketball. Go into his right hand. B.J. Tyson not as comfortable, but that is absolutely a foul. That violates that verticality rule that those big guys are restrained to, and a good attack late in the clock by Tyson.
This has to be kind of a killer for UConn. I mean, at one point, and it wasn't that long ago, a couple of minutes, I figured, okay, they're up 9 points. They're going to be happy with this first half performance. And they go into the locker room down here.
Well, Mike, both these teams are averaging 65 points a game. It's 41-40. So both have been good offensively. The defense has not provided a lot of resistance in this first half from either side.
ECU is right there. They've averaged 82 points a game in the last 3. So they're turning it up. Second to go. That one's good if it goes from half court. As Polly just misses. And it's going to be a Pirates 2-point advantage at the half.
UConn. I mean, they both have come off 3 of their best offensive games, but they have struggled to defend and rebound.
UConn's lost 5 of their last 6. They need this one real bad here today. They're down by 2. So the second half is underway. That's out. Nails it.
That is a tough shot. I mean, you put it on the floor, the percentages typically go down. And he steps right into that off that right-handed dribble.
How about this guy, Sean Williams? First half action, 14 points to lead ECU. We have a foul on the drive by Fleming. First on Antoine Anderson. Fleming, who in that first half, decent numbers to say the least, on his way to perhaps another triple-double. Spazajevich scores it. A feed from Fleming.
Well, the help came up when Fleming got into the paint, and Spazajevich just playing behind it. Nice job, nice drop-off, and a good finish.
Fleming now has 7 assists, 7 rebounds, and 13 points so far in this game. 0 for ECU. Three-pointer Adams. Spazajevich. Tough angle there on that shot.
Well, and he wanted his right hand. I mean, he refused to go up there with his left, which was the play. He had to get back to that right, and it's just tough to do that over Carlton's length.
You can see it. No, I am shooting right-handed. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it. That's why I look so awkward. Inside Carlton. Josh Carlton tied at 44.
Another freshman big guy, a guy who went to DeMatha, actually grew up in Winterville, North Carolina, which is about 7 miles east of ECU. Another freshman big guy, part of that revolving door up front for UConn.
As the jumper goes in for Tyson. Yeah, Carlton right down the road, like you said, has a lot of family and friends in the house here tonight. Watching him and the UConn Huskies, who trail it once again by 2. Fouled by Jackson, his 3rd for the Pirates.
Well, those are the fouls that kill you because it's over help and you end up committing a foul. Like Spazijevich had Carlton there. One-on-one, Spazijevich has length. You don't need to help down on that and reach in.
As you said, check it, it's on Spazijevich's first. Anderson guarded by Tyson. Trying to go one-on-one, little push off there, some contact and gets the basket.
You know, the Euro step is stretching the boundaries of everything I know about traveling, and I don't think he traveled. We're just seeing guys do things that look so much like a travel.
No, I agree with you, trying to create some space there, and we go back to Williams again, who continues to impress here today.
I mean, more and more I have to rewind and say, did he walk or not on so many of these Euro steps, which has become the move in vogue.
Adams is shaken up right now for UConn, and play is stopped. He's going to the sideline. He got hit in the eye. See him squinting over there. So Adams goes out. Shot clock at 5. Larrier. Williams to Tyson. Hits it.
Well, that, you know, by the skin of their teeth. Almost a turnover going the other way. Tyson, a good catch, nice spin, and a long 2, which the analytics folks, they'll get on you for shots like that. But a nice pull-up by B.J. Tyson. We get a timeout here.
And they're bringing him up to the end of the scorer's table, and he will check in at the next whistle. So want to give him a little extra time. UConn trails it. Carlton. Rebound Tyson. ECU up the floor, and a foul. A hard foul as Jackson hits the deck.
Ooh. That's how you take it, my friend. 18 of the last 27 have been won by 5 programs. That's not parity, folks. That is a blue-blooded world. And you look at that UConn number there, 4 since 1999. That's why folks are a little bit concerned. And look, there have been a lot of issues. Injuries, transfers, things that Kevin Ollie has had to deal with. But this is a program that's won 4 national championships since 1999.
Certainly, and that's, you know, where it comes from, with the height of being the best and to have that many titles, and then to be in this position right now. It is a struggle. You can see where, you know, fans are upset, but it's a process too, and they can get it back for sure. Vital for 3, no good. There's a player down, and that's Fleming for ECU as UConn runs and dunks it home on the alley-oop. Thrown down by Anderson. Crowd's upset because Fleming is on the deck, middle of the court. And sometimes you stop play in that situation. It wasn't like a fast break or anything. And let's see what happens. There is Fleming, runs into a screen.
Yeah, it must have been a knee to the thigh, which, my goodness, those hurt. And he did not even move or budge from getting up from the prone position. And usually if there is an advantage in the offense, they won't stop play. That is a new rule the last couple of years, where until there's a stoppage where there's no advantage, that's when they'll blow it dead. And, you know, again, that's where, you know, UConn's got a 5-on-4. They're playing downhill. The officials aren't going to call that.
You're absolutely right.
And how about the finish? I mean, where that pass started to where Anderson had to catch it and where it ended up. That's a good old-fashioned Charlie horse, it looked to me.
All right, so now Fleming, who had the program's first ever triple-double back just a little while ago on February 3rd versus Memphis. Today, with 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists, on his way to another one, perhaps, has to go to the bench as he is severely shaken up. It's a 5-point game. And meanwhile, you've got Jalen Adams back on the court for UConn as he got that elbow in the face a couple minutes ago. A lot happening here over the last couple minutes.
And Fleming did go back to the locker room.
Williams from way deep. Yeah, there's the travel. You could hear the fans behind us, Chris, looking for a walk earlier and then getting on that call.
Yeah, there was several steps on that. You know, it's interesting. UConn, they're in this three-quarter court pressure, which they have played throughout the game, but back to a 2-3 zone on that last possession. They played a lot of man tonight, trying to change the rhythm of ECU offensively. And now back to the man-to-man.
Shot clock inside 10. Davis kicks it. Tyson, 1 to shoot. Rejected and fouled. Bailed out by UConn as the shot clock was going off. So Tyson to the free throw line. Give this ECU team a lot of credit. Down by 9 points, 40-31 late in that first half. They end up taking a 2-point halftime lead, and now Tyson extends their largest advantage today to 7. 14.5 to play, second half. Adams slashing through, nowhere to go with it though. And Spazajevich gets it to Williams. Tyson somehow for 2.
Wow. Well, just a bad play on one end by Jalen Adams, just taking it deep with nowhere to go, and then a great conversion by ECU right back at him.
Carlton comes in for the rebound after the Adams miss, and there's a foul on ECU.
This is Jalen Adams, a good Euro, but a nice defensive play. I mean, way to stay with it by Spazajevich, and then nowhere to go underneath for Adams. And how about this? You know, the nice little hesitation, a great change of pace by the senior guard. Gets it back to that left hand. Nice finish over length.
Steal here by KJ Davis. Davis gets it back for 3. Rebound by Watley. And out of bounds off of Jackson.
I mean, just a play where you just got to get it out to run a set. That's all you got to do. Get the ball out, and you just cough it up.
Coach Barry over there saying the same thing. Chris, just slow it down. Awesome to be able to get the offensive rebound. We need that possession. Got to value possessions. What about for UConn here? What's going on right now? Down by 9.
Well, turning. I mean, the last 2 turnovers have been bad turnovers. It starts with that.
3-pointer on the way. Anderson needed that.
Well, a nice pass and catch. I mean, that's when they start to become stagnant offensively. They get bogged down. It's when they start to become individualized. Good penetrating kick there by Adams.
Adams on the takeaway to Larrier. And the foul is called. KJ Davis got him from behind.
There's no question this was a foul. The problem I have is you're waiting to see if Larrier makes this before you call it. And the officials do that a lot. where they don't want to call it because they assume it's going to go in. They want to keep it, but that's a foul. I mean, no matter what, make or miss, you got to call that when it happens.
Larrier has had a really nice game today, though, for UConn. 15 points now for him. And now how about Isaac Fleming, who got banged up earlier on a screen, is back into the lineup. A great sign for ECU.
Yeah, a little bit of a limp there, but with the day he's having, and with them up 5, you can't keep him out of this thing.
9-point lead is down to 4 rather quickly here for ECU.
The 2-3 zone from UConn.
Well, heads up. Jackson.
You know, first of all, if you turn and look at the bucket, there was nobody within 3 feet of him. And the other thing is, look, I know putting some mustard on a pass, but my word, he tried to put a hole through the wall back here.
Yeah. I mean, Jackson's not really a shooter, but I agree with you. You're wide open. You got to be able to hit that inside foul line jumper.
Well, and even if you can't drive it at the defender, make him either come up and make a play.
Adams in a step back. No, we'll call for a push-off. And Jalen Adams, with his first foul today for UConn, turns it over to ECU. A little bit too much dribbling for Fleming.
Well defended. They stayed in front of the ball.
Open is Polly for 3. It's good, and Tyler Polly makes it a 1-point ball game. UConn storming back on an 8-0 run. The screen set for Williams. UConn defensively all over him. Here's Tyson. The floater. Foul on the rebound. And it's on Tyson. That'll be UConn possession, down by just 1. Raising awareness for autism.
There's that puzzle piece. You see the blue puzzle piece there. ECU's uniforms today actually designed in the puzzle piece format. I'm not a fashion guru, as you can
with the
tell.
Logos, yes.
Yeah, but it's great cause. And a lot of coaches on board with it, and certainly ECU doing their part today. Look at it. There's that cool design of the uniforms. See, now you're the fashion guru. That's why I defer to you on matters of fashion.
That looks good. You can still see the numbers, though, so everything's okay, right? That's the most important thing, right? Williams for 3. Got it!
If he gets any daylight, his eyes become so big. I mean, you cannot leave him.
That stops an 8-0 UConn run over the last minute and a half. Adams for 3. Got it again. And Jalen Adams, and now that's a season high 12 threes for the Huskies. Right back the other way, though. And Jackson misfiring on the long 3, and the other way it's Polly, and that's a travel.
You got to be in this guy's right there on the catch. You cannot suck in like this on the weak side because he is ready to fire. And then here is Jalen Adams pulling up right off the bounce. And like you said, Mike, 12 threes on the day for UConn, a team that has shot it 30%, 32% from three-point range in conference.
Both teams shooting the exact same percentage right now today. 53.8%. They're both exactly 21 of 39 from the field overall in this game. It's evident of a 1-point ball game that we have here. Williams. Tyson, bad pass. Patel, and he scores it, and UConn's back in front.
That's a play where you just got to go to score. Yeah, he had a guy running on his wing, and was thinking he may drop it off. That's a great attack to the basket and finish with that right hand.
Each team has had a 9-point lead today, the largest, and they've seen that dwindle as the opponent's taken the advantage. And now Fleming got his own rebound and is fouled by Honora.
Yeah, it's one of those areas when you're poor defensively. Part of it is you don't finish possessions. You've got to finish defensive possessions with a defensive rebound. A guard to get in there, Fleming to get in there and just steal it. That can't happen. Puts too much pressure on your defense.
Love the ability from 21 Tyson and 55 Sean Williams. They got that kind of two-man game going on a little bit. Now it's Tyson all the way himself. Patel. UConn, 3-point lead. Nice hit by him.
UConn starting to have some success off that high ball screen. I mean, Vital calls the screen out, goes to his left, and a long two. Again, the analytics guys would have an aneurysm on that, but a nice little pull-up.
One of 3 UConn players in double figures right now with 14 points. Shot clock again, winding down here. Tyson, 4-3. Yes! Tie game at 63. $18 for Tyson in this one. 2 behind his teammate Williams. Fleming got it knocked away from Adams coming back on D. Adams. And Tyson tried to take the charge. No call. UConn back in front.
That was a great play on both ends by Jalen Adams. They call that defensive play. They call that the backflow. The defender's behind the play. He comes, makes the poke from behind, and then gets the outlet, finishes the other direction. But it starts with the defensive play.
Tyson is wide open. Missed it. KJ Davis got it back and ties the game.
It's amazing how well both these teams are playing offensively. They're both shooting in the 50s percentage-wise.
Adams is fouled by Davis. Competitive game here today between these two Huskies and Pirates. In this one, that's going to be the difference.
Yes, it is. That, not turning it over, rebounding, finishing defensive possessions.
Larrier, that's strong.
He is a good-looking athlete. 6'8", 185. Really talented.
Add his stat line now, 18 points. Huskies back up 2. And Spasievich battling. Patel slashes through.
That's when they're at their best. You know, that's when they struggle in the half court. But when they get downhill in transition, those two guards in particular, Adams and Vital, can be dynamic.
Fleming kicks it. Davis.
And just 2 bad possessions. I mean, look, Davis and Spasievich can make those shots, but closing in on 6 minutes in a 4-point game. Tyson, Williams, these guys have to have the ball. Fleming.
3 Adams. Rebound Fleming. And there it is. Williams for 3. Davis offensive board. Spazievich, that time is good.
Nice job staying with it by Spazievich. And that's where, if you're UConn, if you finish that defensive possession, you get the first shot miss, you've got to gather the board.
Adams against Williams, spins by him.
And Williams is kicking himself. You didn't have to gamble there. You had him straight up, and Adams just went playground on him.
There's a nice block by Carlton on the defensive end for UConn. Larrier, yes, for the Huskies.
I think you need a timeout if you're Michael Perry.
He called it. He's going to call one as he gets his player up in front of the bench. And a timeout, ECU. All of a sudden, UConn on a tear, a 6-point lead after we were tied.
Imposing a defensive will.
Where they come from, well, UConn's taking advantage of the ECU turnovers today.
The other thing, you begin to wonder the amount of minutes that these guards for East Carolina are playing. You know, when does it start to take its effect in game?
Tyson.
Ooh. No fatigue there. What a first step. The lefty gets to that right hand. Nicely done.
We'll see about the fatigue. It's a good point. ECU's played only 7 guys today. UConn's went 9 deep. Kick out from Adams as Vital misses the 3. Stays with UConn. Adams. Nice stutter step, and the runner's too strong. There's Davis that's stuck in there for ECU. Williams for 3. Vital. Williams tried to force feed it inside to get taken away.
Yeah, it's a tough play. Really good defensive play. Offensively, you don't need it in that spot. Reverse it, drive the ball.
Huskies using some time here now. Adams steps back and drains it.
You know, the last couple minutes here, Jalen Adams feels like he has that matchup against Sean Williams. He has really made Sean Williams work defensively and really gone after him.
Tyson a long 3. And UConn possession. Adams with a game-high 22 points. Trying to will his team to victory here on the road. Stamina for ECU. Coach Perry told us that. Do they have enough in them, or are they wearing down here in the late stages? Williams has played every single minute today. As Adams drives and continues his run here now with 24.
And he knew, right? I mean, you get that sense. He had kind of been feeling it out. He is their facilitator, does have the 6 assists. But when they need buckets late, he has gone to work.
Open for the 3. Davis, count it.
That is a massive shot. Because this game was about to be over. They come away with a miss there. Instead, you get 3, and it's a 5-point game.
That was a crucial point for sure. 2.5 still to go. Adams is checked by Fleming. Driving baseline on a kick. Polly for 3. Got it. Huge play by Anderson to feed it out to him.
Unlikely of guys out there with that lineup UConn has to knock down a massive 3.
Davis again. And now the Huskies in no hurry. 1:50 remaining. 8-point advantage. It's an ECU team that's kind of living and dying by the three here. They don't have a guy they can just throw it into and get a quick bucket. Right?
Well, and that's where the fatigue starts to play in well offensively, where guys stop driving the ball.
Anderson fit it in and got knocked away. Williams. Fleming is bumped and fouled by Tower Pollard.
You know, good possession there. That's what I say. They much better when they're creating shots off of that penetration. And there you induce a foul just by attacking.
Well, if they can do it again, they've got the 17th foul on UConn. They'll be shooting free throws. Minute 21 to go. That's not a bad idea right now. Try to get some contact because you got to preserve the clock as much as you can here, too. Here's Fleming. Tyson, Spazievich. That's an easy one.
A great delivery and actually a smart play by Spazievich to use the other side because there was a guard, I think it was Adams, coming in to block the shot. Savvy play by Spazievich in a big basket.
Timeout UConn. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
Yeah, he does everything.
Only 2 in history for ECU, and it's happened this season. Under a minute to go.
They're trying to get the ball to Adams, being denied by Fleming.
Anderson trying to shake by Tyson. Tyson's right up on him. Shot clock down to 5. Anderson gets by him. Ball's knocked free. Anderson with 2 of the shot clock. Gets the bounce. Tyson got hit. Little woozy right now on the offensive end. Fleming for Williams, a wild 3, and he's fouled.
You know, this is a killer for ECU because this was well defended. Fleming denied Adams there. That was where the elbow was, and then, you know, that looked like a travel. I mean, just a fortunate play for UConn. A tough shot by Anderson, not the guy they wanted to shoot that.
It was hard to tell there whether that ball got tipped, though. You're right. If it wasn't, it certainly was a travel. Williams, though, has 3 free throws for ECU, and he is their best free throw shooter at 85%. But the clock is at 28.6. You got a foul right away here after these shots. First attempts of the line today for Williams. Cans them all. 5-point game. And there is a foul. Davis on Vital. And I know they
UConn, not a great free throw shooting team to make their free throws.
And to Anderson. Fouled right away. UConn today 5 of 8 from the free throw line.
And Jalen Adams walking up to Christian Vital saying, "Yo, buddy, you see me?" Instead, they give it to Antoine Anderson, who's only shooting 63% from the foul line.
And it's a 1-and-1. There you go. Ball tipped around. Tyson has it. Just what ECU needed. Tyson, Williams from NBA range. Count it!
The possession before. It cannot be Anderson who goes to the foul line.
And maybe you've got this play designed with Vital taking the ball out of bounds, but why? He's their best free throw shooter. And he puts it in, and Adams is fouled, who's also a very good shooter as well. But I would try to have your guys out there, right?
Yeah, but that is the most important position on the floor, the inbounder, because what you can't have there, of all things, is a turnover. And so I'm okay. If Vital's your best inbounder, I'm okay with that, because that guy's the most important position. But the guy at the line is the guy who's got to catch it when Vitale's taking it out.
Well, and your point is well taken, too, because UConn's out of timeout, so you got no options there if you can't get it in. Adams at the free throw line. It's a 1-and-1.
Now, if you're ECU, they do have the one timeout. Like, I would just drive the basketball. Drive, lay up, foul again, force UConn to make their free throws. You do not need to take a three here.
Adams makes it a 4-point game. Tyson quickly lost the handle. Takes it in, as you said, but doesn't get it. Rebound pulled home by Polley for UConn, and he's fouled with 2.3 on the clock, and that should do it.
Tyson's got to take that first drive, and he's got to go all the way. You lose too much time. You know, because what Kevin Ollie's telling UConn up 4 in that position is don't foul, don't foul, don't foul. And that's why I'm always a proponent. Attack the glass, take the layup, force them to have to guard you.
Tyler Polley, and this is a 1-and-1. Rebound by Davis, but not going to be enough today for ECU. Credit the Huskies of UConn coming down here to Greenville, North Carolina, and battling